Alright, hello everyone and welcome to patch B.0.1.10, released on Wednesday, which is a little different. Here's the things that happened. You can see them here. I will read them off from the Discord as we're going to jump into a game and try and get some things happening. The big thing in this, we'll hit ranked practice. Or I'll go all any because I think there's going to be a higher chance. Let's flip over. All any is probably going to be a higher chance of finding serial killers. So, why serial killers, you might ask? Well, the big thing that it added. New feature, killed by a serial killer cinematic. So when you die to a serial killer, it plays a little cinematic just like Deputy and Conjure have. Will I get that this game? Who knows? I might get serial killer because I have the scrolls on. The idea is to test this out according to the devs, and if it works out well, go from there. Some other things, improvements. Added minimize and maximize buttons for a whole lot of the UI, which I think makes sense and works. You are a baker. We will not be dying to serial killer. Pretty easy. We are baker by ourselves. So the minimize UIs is these little minuses. You can minus and pop it back up. Buildings menu. Cool. We'll give blood or bread to 14. Clicking on link in the game guide tab will now works properly. Removed shadow text from dead. You'll see that. There used to be text used to be shadow on dead wills. That don't happen anymore. Some 1v1 stalemates have been adjusted for serial killer. For arsonist. Arsonist now doesn't auto win if they're against Conjure or Ritualist. Serial Killer versus Arsonist checks for Bloodlust. Serial Killer versus Shroud checks for Bloodlust. We did oh, there's the new bug. The names go over the text. They already said that's fixed for the next patch. Probably coming out tomorrow. New settings. Keep UI out during the morning. Added an animation to show ghost point stuff. I'm not going to be able to show you that because I'm not dead. Added some tooltips and names and personalization. The balance stuff comes in bug fixes, interestingly enough. So let's go for that. Some non-ones. Ghost game sounds don't play now when you're not the one doing it. Fixed centering on lobby panel. I didn't see that before. Fixed a bug on the voting. I saw that come into play. Someone whispered me that I'm werewolf. I'm most certainly not werewolf. Retributionists can no longer use Town Protective on themselves. They could do that by changing targets. Werewolf and Berserker cannot be taunted by Trickster, so Trickster's even worse. And Potion Master can no longer have invalid targets after changing potion. That's something that I saw come into play on some games. So that is the extent of all the new information from the patch. So that makes Serial Killer better because it actually checks Bloodlust for 1v1s. That makes Arsonist better. Actually, no, I'd say that makes Writ and Conjure better. That makes Arsonist a little worse. That makes Arsonist even a little more worse because now they don't win against bloodlusting serial killers. Makes Red a little worse. Makes Potion Master probably stays the same, but makes Werewolf and Berserker a little better, and makes Trickster worse. Also, as you can see in the top right, the portraits now flip the other way, which I kind of like a little better. We might get to see the famine portrait if we're lucky. Who knows? It sounds like I gave bread to a werewolf. Werewolf has not killed me yet. Werewolf has died, though. One died. All of my breaded targets have died. That is what Baker is F tier. Indeed F tier. Especially when you're by yourself. So, that's all for the patch. I'm going to cut the mic and let the game finish playing out for you. I'm going to try to get that serial killer cinematic at some point and get that uploaded. That is my goal for my time here. My goal is to get that before I get off. So, until next time,